Hello and welcome, Bobcat fans. My name is Nathan Dancy, and we're here for our second volleyball game of the season. I will be joined shortly by my color commentary partner, Miss Natalie Morissette, as she is attending to a few things here. It's senior night here in Rees Gymnasium, and we're getting set to start this game, the last home game of the season for the PCS Lady Bobcats, looking to secure the #1 seed going into postseason action. They welcome in, as we said, Jackson Prep after defeating them earlier this season. And they will head to Jackson Jackson Academy for the postseason tournament coming up. And our first break will bring you the starting lineups for both teams here shortly. But serving for Jackson Prep first is number 9, Ann Irving Armstrong. Sends it across. PCS successful as that's Carrie Sims trying to put it away, and she does. So point for Carrie Ann Sims, and that'll put PCS up 1-0. Here in game number 1. Senior Abby Bradley, just checking into the ball game, will be the next on the serve. And we'll see an ace from Abby Bradley. So senior night, a senior shining already. She'll step back again. Got 4 of the 5 seniors on this PCS team are on the floor right now, and we'll visit with those in just a minute. Megan Prush, one of those seniors, unable to chase this one down. Point goes to Jackson Prep. On the floor for PCS is Prush, Bradley, Ingram, Patterson, Vial, and Courtney. For Jackson Prep, Armstrong, Herring, Pyron, Taylor, Teal, and Traung. Bradley sends it up. Vial sets Ingram with the attack. The return from Jackson Prep is wide, and Adrian Ingram will get the first kill of the evening. A 3-1 PCS lead here early on, game number 1. Claire Patterson now with a serve, another senior. And an ace for Patterson. So the 4 points, 2 aces coming from the Lady Bobcats. Patterson again. Misplay from Jackson Prep. They're able to recover, however. Send it over. Vial will set it for Ingram again. And another kill for Adrian Ingram. Get used to that phrase. Ingram will probably be on the outside attack all night, sending it home. Patterson again, serve. Good dig there from Armstrong. Sending it over is Pyron. Chasing it down, Patterson, Vial, and now Bradley will send it over. Traung chases it down and sends it over. And a misplay there, a double hit by Abby Bradley will give Jackson Prep the point, and we'll see the libero, Summer Morissette, come into the game. She'll spell Megan Prush. And sets this one up for Vial. Play at the net goes Jackson Prep's way as Seal Taylor puts that one home. 5-3 our score here. Game number 1. Pyron serve to Morissette. Vial setting. That's Scoggin on the spike. Return goes wide, so Reagan Scoggin there will send the point home. And the 5th senior, Abby Holland, will step in, spelling fellow senior Lauren Courtney. So all 5 seniors have seen action here already. Holland serves an ace. That we've seen many times before this season. Abby Holland with a lethal serve. Serve again. This one will be played, however. But Scoggins puts it away with a block. The long-rangey Reagan Scoggin at the net is able to prevent that one from causing any harm. 8-3. Traung sets and over goes Herring. Nice dig attempt from Ingram, but unable to come up with it is PCS. Bradley tried to dig that one, unable, and their score now 8-5. Set to serve for Jackson Prep is Troung. And she'll hit this one into the net. Net service will give point to PCS, and Carrie Sims will step back onto the playing surface. Ingram serving now. This one misplayed by Jackson Prep, and the point will go back to PCS. So Ingram will get credit, I believe, there for the ace. And step back and serve again. Ingram, 2 kills and an ace so far in game number 1. And back-to-back aces there. That one right very close to the line. Waiting on a flag to go down, but everyone saw that was in. Official whistle set for play. Ingram serve. This one down the other line. This one will be wide, however. And point will go to Jackson Prep. 10-6. Serve from Herring will go long. Abby Holland will play it, however. Ingram digs, and Sims sends it over. Nice recovery there. Jackson Prep puts it over. Sims tries to put it away, but returned by Taylor. Scoggins, spike is blocked. Tip over. Nice play here at the net for both teams. Taylor will put that one away for Jackson Prep. Abby Holland coming up just short on the dig. And retreating to serve is Herring. Jackson Prep serving out of the center back court. Marset will play this one up. Vial will set for Scoggins. Spike, dig. Ingram now to Vial. Right center for Sims on the outside attack. Nice play there. And Scoggins puts that one away at the net for another point. Scoggins leaping at the net, puts that one away. And she, long, rangy, tall, and she's running all over the court. Now she'll come over, hand the ball to Megan Prush, and take a break as Prush will step back in to serve. Claire Patterson was able to substitute as well for the libero. Prush sends that one barely grazing the tape, but gets over. Prep plays it back. Ingram to Vial, setting for Sims, outside attack. Nice shot there. Dig attempt from Pyron was too low into the net, and the point will go to PCS. 12-7 here in our first game. Prush serve, and Troung's return will be wide, and that'll be an ace for Prush. Another ace, back-to-back aces. Megan Prush has got this low line drive serve down pat. I mean, it's just barely grazing the tape at the net on 2 of her 3 serve attempts. Substitution for Jackson Prep will be number 10. We don't have that number. We'll step in for Taylor. Another ace for Prush. An in-between play causes miscommunication, and Jackson Prep yields the point. Another sub. We'll have Dane Troung take a seat, and another younger player for Jackson Prep will step in. Some of their JV players getting some rotation, and the new player misplays that one. And another ace for Prush. That's 4. I was talking to this Nancy Speed earlier about these seniors and what we can expect, and she said if Megan's in there to serve, she could ace 25 straight points. It's very likely. She's got 4 here. Dig by Holland. Vial will set it up, and Patterson will try to put it away. Nice recovery by Jackson Prep, however. Anna Grace Teal will send that one over the back line. Point, Lady Bobcats. 17-7. That's Prush serving again. This one goes right back to her. Vial will set. Patterson in the middle. Dig. Up and didn't quite clear the net. Point goes to PCS, and Megan Prush will retreat back. She's been quite busy today at the service line. This one will go wide, and she'll get credit for her 5th ace in game number 1. Ball goes to head coach Celeste Vial, and she'll offer up some advice to Prush. Seems like she's got everything under control, but another ace by Prush, number 6. Timeout, Jackson Prep. And we'll take this timeout and recognize, look at our starting lineups. At 20-7, we'll take a break and get our starting lineups. There you see them on your screen for Jackson Prep. And again, we've had several rotations, but this was a team that started with Anna Grace Teal, then Armstrong, Herring, Troung, Taylor, and Pyron for Coach Lauren Felker. And the familiar lineup for your PCS Lady Bobcats of Ingram, Courtney Sims, Prush, Vial, and Patterson. You notice some of those players with asterisks beside their name. Those players are seniors for Jackson Prep. The lone senior is Troung. And for PCS, 5 seniors, 4 of them drawing the start tonight. Prush will serve it again. This will go wide. And Seal Taylor tried to float that one in. 21-7. Game number 1 going by relatively quickly. Another Megan Prush ace, as the young Lady Patriot was unable to dig that service. And Prush serves it right back to her. Misplay at the net by Taylor gives PCS their 23rd point of game number 1. And we're getting close to game point here in game number 1 on senior night. Prush again. This one played up, however. Set for Taylor in the middle. She'll send it over. Highland. VL will put it up, and Prush will send it over. And this is played. Tough play at the net for Taylor. Gives PCS the point. And now we're at game point. 24-7 here. A point will give the game to Lady Bobcats. Prush serving. Over and wide. That breaks a streak there for Megan. Had a good streak there going. 7 aces we saw when she moved to service detail. And now Seal Taylor will step to the service line for Lady Patriots. Prush plays it to Vial. Setting middle for Patterson. Patterson with the kill and the game. Game number 1 goes to PCS. And with the break here in action, we will recognize a few of our sponsors. First and foremost, the PCS Booster Club. I want to thank you for all the things that you do to help make PCS a success on the court as well as in the classroom. And the Paw Print Store. We've got a JV football game going on tonight. So if you're listening and are in desperate need of some PCS gear, come on out here to the football field. The Paw Print Store is at the corner of the concession stand on the home side of the field. There you'll find everything that has to do anything with the Bobcats, from T-shirts to mugs, sweatshirts and outerwear, anything that you can imagine with PCS on it, they have it there. So go and see the fine folks at the Paw Print. They now accept most major credit cards for your convenience. So there you'll find all your athletic gear for the school year. So we're waiting here between game number 1 and game number 2 here on senior night. We mentioned for PCS Abby Bradley, Lauren Courtney, Abby Holland, Claire Patterson, and Megan Prush are the 5 seniors for this squad. For Jackson Prep, only one senior, that is Dane Traung. A very, very young, a lot of juniors. I see 5 juniors here, 5 sophomores, and the lone senior. So a very young team coming back. And again, this is only the second season the MAIS has, I say experimented, but last year was more of the experiment. This was more of the mastery year. But 2 years they have had volleyball as a sport. 7 teams now in the state, up from 5 last year. Jackson Prep, PCS, Jackson Academy, Christian Collegiate being the first 4, and then you add Hillcrest, Heritage Academy, and I'm drawing a blank on one of the other teams that added here very recently. But we're getting set for game number 2. We'll have Abby Bradley set to serve this one up. PCS took game number 1 in relative ease, 25-7. And they'll move on here. And on the floor for Lady Bobcats, Bradley, of course, serving. Vial, Prush, Adrian Ingram, your outside hitter. Lauren Courtney, middle blocker. And Claire Patterson, your another outside hitter. Officials making sure everything is set and just right. We'll try to bring you some scores. I had the Lady Bobcats soccer team in action today at Laurel Christian trying to avenge an early season loss. Phyllis JV football game against Jackson Prep. And Adrian Ingram gets the block there to put the first point in game number 2. Bradley with an ace. That's her second. So far, the only server for PCS that is not a senior has been Adrian Ingram. A little difficulty with the toss there, but Bradley's able to settle it. Sends this one to the back line. Played up. Trang will try to set it a little too wide there, and we'll have 4 hits against Jackson Prep. Will give the point to PCS. 3-0 very quickly. Bradley again, this one will go wide, but we played back, however, by Jackson Prep. Prush up to Vial. Patterson sets and kills. Claire Patterson from the middle. Very good turnout for here, the last home volleyball game of the season. Been a good all-around season. This serve from Bradley comes off the side of her hand. Misplay there will give Prep the first point, their first point, how I should mention, of game number 2. This serve is long to the back line by Teal. Patterson will put it over and just inside kill Claire Patterson. That'll even her with Adrian Ingram for the kills lead, and now we'll see Scoggins come in, who also has 2 kills. Patterson's serve just crosses the tape and over, returned by Teal. Bradley tries to save it up, but on the back pedal, a little off balance there, and will go out, unable to make the play, and now Morissette the libero will come on. Service by Pyron. Morissette will go up. Ingram outside hitter will put it over. Traung will set. Middle to Taylor. To the back line, Morissette. VL setting. Ingram got the steps wrong. Looked like the set was just a little bit wide from VL. And Ingram unable to get the steps right to put that one away. Courtney on the outside this time. Send it over. Prep will return. Morissette. VL setting middle. Courtney taps it over and unable to make the play is Jackson Prep. So Lauren Courtney able to get that point down for PCS. Abby Holland coming on now. And she'll go straight to serve. She had one ace in game number 1, and she goes back to serve again here. Another ace, Abby Holland. Majority of Lady Bobcat points coming off aces or misplays in the first game. Holland sends this one up, played from out by Tround. Scoggin at the net, puts it away. Another kill, Reagan Scoggin. And Holland will be set to serve again. Off the tape, still played up, but into the net. And point to PCS. Want to welcome my colleague here, Natalie Marset, joining us.
Hey, hey.
Glad to have you back with us.
Yeah, well, thank you. I'm sorry I'm cruising in late here. I've been over at Laurel watching the PCS Lady Bobcats win that ball game.
Well, I just mentioned we would hope to get an update on how they did there. Can you give us a score?
They did very well, 10-0.
Wow. And that's a team that beat the Lady Bobcats earlier this season, am I correct?
That is correct. It was a strange game, that first game. We had, I think they said 20 shots at the goal and could not get anything to go in. And just ended up, I believe that game was a 2-0. They beat us 2-0.
That's correct. And both those came, I believe both of their goals were penalty kick goals.
That's right.
As you see, Scoggin put another one away, 12-3.
And not to gloat, but I don't think it was on their end of the field very much today at all. The Bobcats came out with a vengeance.
Well, they had vengeance on their mind, obviously.
Yes.
Blocked by Scoggin.
And it was very important for the coach, which I thought was a very good move on the coach's part. It was not a conference game. They didn't have to play this game, but she just felt like these girls. That was good, Reagan Scoggin.
She's long, tall, and athletic, that's
yes.
for sure. Getting up almost fingertips in the.
But talking about that soccer game, the fact that it was important that the coach felt like the girls needed the opportunity to really play a game with that team that showed who they were.
Right,
and so
absolutely.
They kept the game, and it was a good idea on the coach's part.
Well, we're tuning up for postseason play. Supposedly have Jackson Prep on the schedule for tomorrow. I believe it was a 5-goal differential as Scoggin puts that one away. That's her 6th kill so far today. Not sure if there was some talk earlier in the day whether or not PCS Jackson Prep would actually play that game because both coaches were considering resting their players for the tournament next week.
Yes.
So we don't know kind of where that stands right now. We do know, however, that PCS will host, as I believe that was
Adrian Ingram.
Adrian Ingram on the serve there, out of bounds, will give the 5th point
and
to
she's
Jackson
got a great
Prep.
serve. That one just went a little
Absolutely.
bit out.
But PCS will host a playoff game Tuesday at Tatum Park, rather.
That's right. The first playoff game will be played here. And I do have a little update on that Prep PCS game that was it was actually a rain-out game.
It rained out twice, if I'm not mistaken.
And they had actually started play, I think we were 19 minutes into it. It has been canceled. Both teams have decided that they would rather rest their players.
That's a very wise decision by administration and coaches alike to make that call. Scoggins from the outside will put that one down and in. Scoggin tearing it up here. She's on fire.
We've got some really good, this is senior night. Have y'all talked about that?
We talked about senior night, the 5 PCS seniors who've been starring from the service line. We've seen Abby Bradley with two aces, Claire Patterson with an ace, Megan Prush with 7 aces so far, as now she will serve again, as well as Abby Holland chipping in a pair of aces.
I'm so proud of these seniors. They have just been really good teammates on this team. They've been a vital part of this team.
And that's so huge when you're starting a program. I know Coach Celeste Vial just cannot thank them enough for what they've done, stepping in a whole new program starting last year. You had just 3 seniors on last year's team, now 5 this year. They've really been kind of the start of this program, obviously, but still a cornerstone and a building block that she can move on. And we saw JV action. Well, you didn't actually see it because the game happened so fast. JV went 2-0 over Jackson Prep, and I don't believe they have lost a game all year.
Yeah, that's correct. They are undefeated. The JV for PCS is undefeated, and I think Prep had actually only lost one game coming into this. So we were anticipating
a very good matchup.
Yes. So,
PCS defending the home court and have a rather convincingly in the JV game 2-0. So we'll have to keep an eye out on that rivalry as the years go on. Serving for Jackson Prep will be Taylor, and that service will be wide. 17-7 now as PCS stakes a 10-point lead here. Will, do we know who we will be hosting in that first-round soccer matchup?
I'm not 100% sure, but it will maybe be Pillow or maybe MRA's the other one.
All right.
We don't know that for sure, and I may be telling wrong on that anyway.
We'll try to get that information out to you if you follow us on Twitter as quickly as we can. If you're not following us on Twitter, I would advise you to do so. A lot of good information passed it over that Twitter feed. Vial will set here left side to Courtney. We'll play this one over and off the head of Ann Irving Armstrong. A little bit of misplay there, as Lauren Courtney will get credit for that kill.
Really come on strong, too. She's one of our senior players that has really advanced in her play, has done a great job in the middle. She has got a great attitude, loves the sport, and is one of the team captains. She's just a great girl and great player, good asset for this team.
We broadcast the Sacred Heart matchup earlier this year, and Lauren Courtney was coming off the bench in late match action in that game. Draws the start tonight, and I asked Coach VL before the match, I said, are you going to start all your seniors? And she said, no, we're going to start the ones that have earned it. And lo and behold, she started 4 seniors. So like you mentioned, those captains doing everything right on and off the court. Lauren Courtney, one of those who's coming from behind, so to speak, late on the year, making a late surge. As we'll see substitution. Elizabeth Jones, a sophomore, in for Jackson Prep. Abby Bradley to serve. Right to Jones. Up to Troung, and a misplay at the net will give PCS point number 20 here in game number 2.
Looks like we've got 4 seniors out there right now.
Seniors have been very much a part of this matchup early on. Bradley serving. An ace from Abby Bradley.
She's another one of those that has a good serve. She's a tennis player, and that just helps.
Yeah, tennis runs in that family. I believe her older sister Alex played tennis at Southern Mississippi.
That's correct. She was a good basketball player here
Absolutely,
for PCS too.
Absolutely. A misplay by Troung at the net. Low set by Taylor. Forced a misplay there. 22-8. PCS leads. This one to the back line. Played by Taylor. Set by Troung. And net shot there by Pyron will give the point to PCS.
Have y'all talked yet about us actually playing Prep? This is the first matchup this year for us to play them.
I had thought we had talked a little bit about that before you were out. I kind of mentioned how I wasn't sure if these two teams had met. I talked about last year's matchup. I was here for last year's game, and it was a very, very quick affair, to say the least. PCS walking over that one pretty easily, but this is a much improved Jackson Prep team, so I was not sure how the first game came out.
Well, the first game we were supposed to play with them happened that hurricane week, and, of course, everything got canceled that week. No games happened, and that was just one that was never made up. So this is the first time that we are meeting them this year.
Good volley by both teams there. So the return from Jackson Prep going just wide. Well, that was Taylor trying to put that one over. Comes up just wide of the line. And Claire Patterson will step to serve. And correct me if I'm wrong here. I told our fans earlier that this would pretty much a win here would secure PCS with the #1 seed going into the postseason tournament at JA. I believe it's next week. That's Ingram from the outside.
That was pretty.
Very nice kill right there, Adrian Ingram.
Good position to put that ball in right there on the line at the back.
And that will be the game, 25-9, game 2-0. And right now, I mentioned it earlier, but I want to just put it up on your screen there a little bit to let you know how you can keep up with PCS Sports 24/7, courtesy of our Twitter feed. You can go to Twitter and search at PCS_sports, or if you don't have a Twitter account, would rather get text message updates, you can text the word follow at PCS_sports to 40404. Receive text message updates, schedule changes, event corrections, and everything that goes on here at PCS as far as the athletic department right there. We'll take just a moment to give you a sample of what is coming your way, courtesy of our production sponsor, Play On Sports. You're listening to PCS Volleyball on the Bobcat Sports Network.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're going to try to dictate to you what you're going to do on both offense and defense. We're going to come at you.
One shot.
Now it's time to put the hats on and go get some work done.
So they're all going to look to make a statement early.
We're back here set, about ready to begin game number 3. PCS leads 2-0, so this could be the deciding game in this matchup. Getting set to serve for Jackson Prep will be number 9, Ann Irving Armstrong. This sophomore started the game off serving, and we'll see her serve again here. On the floor for PCS, Patterson, Courtney, Vial, Sims, Prush, and Adrian Ingram.
Load of seniors there. That's good.
Officials checking all the rotations and everything, getting things set. And Armstrong will send it over to the back line. Long. Good judgment there by Prush. This one long and point to PCS. And immediately substitutions, Bradley for Sims.
That back row is so hard to automatically you just want to send those arms up and try to grab that ball, but they really have to get to where they can judge how far back they are on the line and how far that ball is sailing. So that's good watching out.
And Abby Bradley serves over, misplay by Jackson Prep. We'll give them a 2-point lead here early in game number 3. This one, another misplay. And Bradley will score another point. This one right back to the center, and she'll chase this one down to hit it over. Vial at the net will put it over. Tight play blocked by Adrian Ingram will be, now do you count a block as a kill? That's my question.
Count a block as a kill? I don't think so. Now, we would have to get Volleyball for Dummies to verify that.
We won't give her credit for the kill, but she does get a nice block there.
She did a great block, yes. You do get points for that, too.
Absolutely.
That was a very good effort on Prep's part, too, to try to maintain that ball, the point right before this one.
The points at the net are very tough, tough to judge. You can't really time it and do things right. A lot of it is just fortune as far as reaching and getting the right spin on the right ball and how it rolls over the net.
That's right.
Bradley's service will be returned, played by Vial. Courtney and back to Vial, and she'll put it away for the kill. Mallory Vial from middle position there. Saw a spot in the Jackson Prep defense that she wanted to take advantage of and did so. Bradley sends this one over, played wide, and now scrambling is Jackson Prep, but they play it over. Vial will set for Lauren Courtney. She'll send this one to the back line. Taylor chases it down, but is unable to put it over the net. Point goes PCS, 7-0 here in game 3.
And if you'll watch, the most important part of getting a volley going is that bump. When the serve goes over and the first person touches the ball, they are trying to pass it to what is called a setter. And the setter's the one that is sort of the quarterback of the play, and they send it to whichever hitter or whoever they're trying to make the play happen with. So it's very important that that volley starts off well with a good bump, or it can go haywire quickly.
Not sure what the call was there, but it goes to Jackson. Nice diving bump, if I get that terminology right there, by Megan Prush, but the point goes to PCS anyway. 8-1. Courtney will tap it over.
Found that hole.
Lauren Courtney puts that one away. Saw two Jackson Prep players colliding there. That was Troung and Armstrong in the middle. Substitution, Scoggin steps in for Adrian Ingram. As we also see number 2, Hope Walker getting in, moving up from the JV team in the last few weeks. Patterson sends this one over. Taylor able to put it over the net for Jackson Prep. Vial sets to Scoggin. This one hits the net, and we'll have 4 hit on PCS. Libero Morissette will step in. And, of course, that's not her name. That's her position. Summer Morissette playing libero.
Proud of you. You've got this down very well.
I'm learning. Pyron serve long over the back line for another Lady Bobcat point. And senior Abby Holland will spell a fellow senior Lauren Courtney. Very nice match so far for Lauren. Bradley serves this one right between two Lady Patriots. Miscommunication leads to the 11th point for PCS.
That's another very important part of volleyball. You'll hear these coaches on the side saying, talk, talk. It's so important that those players talk to each other while it's going on, because it's a small space out there that they're working in.
I'm not sure if you could pick it up on our microphones, but yeah, absolutely. If you were ever come out to watch this game, that's one thing these Lady Bobcats do very well is to communicate. I mean, you can hear them over everything else that's happening in the gym. They're very good at that. I wish some of my basketball players could take lessons from them on that.
Yeah, they've gotten that message.
Troung serve goes under the net for another PCS point as they seem well on their way to securing this game, as Sims will step on for Bradley. And now Scoggin will see her first service action of the night.
She's a good server. She should do well.
It's got a very deceiving motion. She's kind of like a left-hand sidearm pitcher.
Right.
In baseball. The old announcer's jinx you put it on. You talk well about someone before they do anything, and there they go.
I promise she does, though. It's very pretty, too. She looks like a ballerina doing it. Not that that's a prerequisite for a good serve, but.
She misplays this one. And he'll give a point to Jackson Prep.
That was what we were talking about. It's just almost instinct to raise your arms to try to get that ball. So it's very hard not to do that. And sometimes it grazes you and then it goes.
Hope Taylor putting that one away, the youngster. I can't let it go on any further, Miss Marset. I had some tutoring in volleyball, I have to say. Someone was able to help me out with some terminology and some things.
That's what's happened.
I had a private tutor. Matthew Lofton was able to step in and help me out.
Oh, he's a good one.
Provide me with some very fine volleyball player by himself. But help me out with some terminology and got me ready for tonight's game.
Oh, I thought you'd been Googling some things.
I prefer my knowledge to come straight from the horse's mouth.
There you go.
And we talked about that miscommunication there from the front line and back line between Sims and Holland leads to Jackson Prep 6 points. 13-6 here in game number 3. Taylor's serve. Right side to Prush. Vial finds the gap.
Oh, that was
Puts
nice.
it down. Very pretty right there.
Very pretty.
Mallory Vial. And Lauren Courtney will come back in. She's had a great night so far. She'll spell Abby Holland.
I'm watching the coach, too, how this normal lineup is. She's letting some of her front row players play on the back as well, which is a great thing to do. It gives these players experience on the full court, and that's just a good idea when you're playing a game where you're ahead, that you can let those players get some opportunity.
Absolutely.
To hone in on those skills.
Mallory Vial serve played up and over. It'll be wide, however, by Pyron. Jackson Prep seems to struggle on the pass a little bit there. That bump or passes we've been calling it tonight just seems to be going just wide or just long so far. This one will be put over. And off the fingertips of Vial. And out of bounds. Anna Grace Teal putting that one home. 16-7. An underhand serve there. Hits the line in.
That underhand serve sails over so scary, too.
Very
it's hard
deceiving.
to judge.
Number 11. We don't have a number on number 11. So I know one of the JV players getting some rotations in on the varsity. Underhand serve, back line. Prush will play this one up. VL will set to the middle. Scoggin. Returned right back to her. Sims will play it over. Colliding with Mallory Vial and sending her under the net. We'll have a net play there. And point to Jackson Prep. 16-9. Underhand service. Sims played. Tough play there. Sims on the back pedal. Unable to bring it in. And Jackson Prep on a little bit of a run here. A 4-0 rally here to close the gap to 6. And Scoggin gets caught right in the middle there and unable to return that one. The rally continues. 16-11 here in game number 3. This serve just rolls over the tape and falls in. I wish I had a name for this young lady as she has sparked her Lady Patriot squad. Prush will play this one up. Vial will set it. Scoggin in the middle. Puts it over. That's Taylor. Prush will put it back over, and now Sims plays it over. Long, out of play. It was 16-6 just a few moments ago, and now we sit at 16-13. PCS leading Jackson Prep here in game number 3 with a 2-0 lead for PCS. Patterson in the middle will send that one wide, 16-14.
And that is how quickly something can change in volleyball. I mean, you can be up, and then all of a sudden a string of serves can go through, and then players get antsy, and you really have to stay calm on the court.
Patterson tries to put that one away. Played up. And into the net goes Anna Grace Teal. A little over-anxious there to put that one, and that'll bring an end to the Prep rally. That's 17-14 now. And Abby Bradley will come on for Carrie Sims.
So are you starting to love volleyball?
I love all sports. That's just me as Patterson puts that one away. I love all sports. Volleyball, I'm beginning to know and learn more about it, and that I can appreciate it much more than I watch. I really enjoy seeing. We see these kids in the classroom or out in the community, and we see one side of them, but seeing them on the athletic court and seeing them do something well, that's very rewarding as a teacher and a coach. But to really begin to understand their sport as I am is a nice kill. All they got was Patterson putting that one away. Being able to learn more about their sport, and I know if they were to take an interest in basketball, it would excite me.
Right.
And so seeing them take an interest in their sport really, really has been rewarding this season, as well as last season. It was our first year for volleyball at PCS. This one will be played out. Point number 20 for the Lady Bobcats. We mentioned earlier that Jackson Prep, PCS, JA, and MRA were the first 4 teams. I believe Christian Collegiate was one as well. The original 5 teams last year expanded to 7 this year with Hillcrest and Heritage adding volleyball. And that's kind of where it sits right now. Is there any talk of any other teams expanding as we see Abby Bradley put down her 4th ace of the night?
I sure hope they do. I would venture to say that I would think Park Lane would be interested, maybe Simpson Academy. I would think all the players in MAIS are certainly looking at it because the sport has definitely taken off, and the girls are loving it. As it gives these athletes another opportunity to play a good sport. And to tell you the truth, it's a great opportunity for these kids to look for college scholarships too. Volleyball in Mississippi, all our colleges have volleyball teams, and they have to recruit outside of the state because volleyball just has not been that big in our high school systems. It's very good that MAIS has picked it up for that reason as well.
Prush will play this one up and Patterson over. Wide, however, 23-16 is our score.
And I have to ask, did you brag on how well we played against Oak Grove? At 5A, 6A school? We beat them
mighty handily.
Yes.
I have been bragging all year throughout any chance I get. Just kind of compare PCS in their 2nd year of existence has taken on this season and beaten teams such as Petal,
right,
Oak Grove, handled MAIS competition. I believe we played Jackson Academy this year. The last time we played them, we beat them 3-1. And you think, well, that's domination. No, what I'll tell you is domination is that was the only set, I believe, that PCS has dropped in 2 years of MAIS action.
Right.
Am I correct?
Yes.
So in 2 years, as you just saw the 25th point in a sweep 3-0, and I don't end the match here, but in 2 seasons of MAIS action, PCS has lost 1 set. 1 set. That's impressive in and of itself. Yeah, you can beat the Oak Groves, the Petals, the Hattiesburgs, and they have traveled all over the state. Played many big 5A, 6A schools, and even some well-versed, experienced 4A teams this season, as well as last season. But to me, that is the stat. Dropping 1 set in 2 years.
Says a whole lot, doesn't it? Yeah, they played in a tournament last weekend on the coast and played some of those really big schools from New Orleans and on the coast, and got in the winner's bracket against those teams. So Coach Vial has done a great job with getting this team going and doing well with it consecutively 2 years. And not only that, she was very instrumental in getting the MAIS to take it on. And we thank her for having the energy and the drive to go for it and show them how interesting and necessary and how good it would be for the MAIS.
Absolutely.
And it has been a very good decision.
And we talked about just the 2nd year of existence, seeing that foundation of things and getting started. But another telling thing, if you've come out and watched some PCS volleyball, is just the sheer number of kids that are interested. I mean, you've got a varsity team with great skills. You've got a JV team that's undefeated this year. You also got what they're calling the dream team, is those up-and-coming younger 7th, 8th graders that are getting really their first exposure to the sport of volleyball and getting some excellent coaching, doing a very good job as they were very successful this year in their matchups. So it'll be interesting to see. We thank these 5 seniors for what they've brought, and we hope to bring you some postseason action. But thank these seniors for what they've done and what they've helped build. But we also want to look forward to these young up-and-coming Lady Bobcat volleyball players to see what they can do, as well as Coach Vial in the coming years. Well, Miss Marcette, it was a quick one.
It was, but hey, we'll take it.
PCS victorious 3-0 in a sweep over Jackson Prep, their lone meeting on the season. They will secure the #1 seed going into the postseason tournament, which will take place next week at Jackson Academy. Stay tuned to the PCS school website, our athletic website, as well as our Twitter feed to get updates as far as matchups, times, and things like that coming. For Natalie Marcette, I'm Nathan Dancy. We're going to sign off here. We thank you for watching PCS Volleyball on the Bobcat Sports Network.